The science experiment we started in the last video turned out to be a success. Locking the dehumidifier in the bathroom with all our clothes worked out perfectly. Everything is nice and crisp, just how we need it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's good. Got 312 kilometers left. They're out for war today. They're discussing who they're gonna bite. A lot of these houses have like a neighborhood bread man that just leaves bread at the door. This house, yeah, they throw a bag of bread at the door. This house has a dedicated bread spot. And obviously mail. Have the mail and then the bread spot. Pow! More pow. So Zach and I have about 45 miles till Porto. We're looking to put down 25 miles today and then 20 tomorrow since it's gonna be raining tomorrow. Fortunately, today has been really nice. The weather is perfect and there is zero rain. So we are traveling light, like t-shirts and no rain bags on our big pick.
But it's all on the road, which I don't like.
Oh yeah, it's all paved, which is not entirely ideal. So the CFRs have a tradition of carrying a rock with you the entire Camino. You can see some of the rocks and shells that other people have carried. Later in the video, I'll show you guys the rock that I've been carrying this entire journey. I have it right here in my left hand. I just can't show you right now because I need both hands to hold it up to the camera. So I'll show you later. After putting down like 250 miles, you walk through lots of different types of terrain and you come to pick a favorite. My favorite is this type of terrain you have in front, because it's sand and it's not super inclined or declined. The sand makes your foot feel nice because you kind of sink in, but it's not to the point where you're on the beach and you're like working your calves a ton to get out of it. It's just very refreshing for your feet to walk on this compared to pavement on the road, which is terrible.
My favorite is mountain terrain, much like the day right after Fatima when we went uphill a lot and downhill a lot and rocks. So anyways, I finished reading The Hobbit last night. Great book. And this part of the walk is reminding me of the part of The Hobbit when the Hobbit and the 13 Dwarves and Gandalf were going into the forest of Mirkwood. Because if you look around, there's like a lot of trees and stuff. Except the forest of Mirkwood was much thicker and the trees covered the top. So it's like kind of similar, but not really.
Told me the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I told them it's green where you water it. Thank you, Justin Bieber. The entire Camino is underwater because of 5 days of rain. So we are currently in the wilderness making our own Camino alongside the actual Camino so that we don't get lost and we don't get soaked all at once. So don't take this as complaining because by the time you watch this video, a couple of days would have passed. Today's Ash Wednesday. The boys are really hungry. We skipped one town to have bread in this town, but there's no bread because there's just a bunch of houses in this town. So now we have to seguir siguiendo until the next town.
Kind of reminds me of this time in The Hobbit when I was reading last night, when Bilbo was also really hungry, but they had no food rations left. So he had to keep on walking.
And we do have to appreciate this sunny day because I think tomorrow's gonna be raining. And then after that, it's just cloudy. So the sun being out is awesome. Zach keeps talking about The Hobbit because he just finished the book last night. And today he's like, dude, I need to find somewhere to trade it out. I was like, dude, there's no way in the world you're gonna find anywhere to trade out your book. And of course, we're in the middle of nowhere right now, the middle of nowhere. And they just have one of these like book trading things here.
Hobbit. They have The Hobbit.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding.
We just find this random thing in the middle of nowhere, and he's looking for a book to switch out. Yeah, so earlier I said I would show you guys which rock I've been carrying the entire Camino. Now's a good time to show you. So I've been carrying this rock the entire Camino with me. It's been in my backpack and stuff, so you haven't really seen it. But yeah, this is a rock. It's a little sacrificial. It's all out of love. You know, it's not. Is that, you think it's too heavy or no?
It's a little light.
Yeah, I was thinking about going bigger. But yeah, this is my rock. I named it Henry. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll show you more later.
Put it back in your backpack.
No, man, we can do that off camera, yo. We can do that off camera.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on, yo. Let's keep walking for the day. We're doing good progress.
Okay.
Yeah, keep walking, bro. Keep walking.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you can do. I'll catch up. I gotta pack it up. You gotta. It's a completely open train track. There's no. Stop, car. No way. Out in the open. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the day.
You left the Camino?
Wait, Carolina. Did you leave the Camino, yes or no?
No.
Earlier you said yes, and now that the phone's out.
Wait, you were just saying that you got off the Camino.
Yeah, but I got back on it, so I probably
Wait, you
walked
got
like,
back on?
Yeah, I probably
So you
walked,
left. So you left if you had to
And
get
I
back
just-
on.
Hey, she was in desperate need of a cafe. Just like when I was reading The Hobbit earlier.
I had walked like 2
The Hobbit,
kilometers
Bilbo
more
Baggins,
than
was in
you
desperate
guys
need
have.
of tea.
So the girls left 4 hours before we did this morning.
No,
We have just
1
caught up to them.
hour. 1
We just
hour.
caught up to them,
1
which is
hour.
crazy
1
because we're putting down good
hour.
hours. Zach, how early did they leave?
They left, I think they left at like 6, and we left at like 10.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they're behind us right now, talking nonsense. Probably why they've gone so slow the entire day.
We've reached the highest point of our walk. We have a lot of downhill now. The highest point is a little mountain city.
It kind of reminds me in The Hobbit when the party reached the Elf King's city, and then they stayed there for a couple of days.
We're walking a little past sunset. We have about an hour and a half, 2 hours left until we get to the city. We put down a big day today so that we don't have to walk that much tomorrow and that we can enjoy an evening in the town. That is Zachary O'Brien choosing to walk off the Camino's path to take a shortcut. He's taking a shortcut across what is known as the Camino, the way here. Zach is cheating right now, shortening his steps for the day. That's crazy. So this is the sign right here. That's the sign, that blue shell. We're supposed to stay on the road here. And this guy. The map told us we have a 400-foot climb until we get to the hostel. I told Zach, that's not that bad, you know, it's 400 feet, whatever. But then, the best way to think about it is, think of just vertically climbing a 40-story building. And then when I thought about that, I was like, there's no way this is actually happening. So, it's all part of the hustle, it's all part of the game. It's definitely good to just repeat paso a paso, step by step in your head. It's good motivation. So we stumbled into the underground of a senior living center. That's where we'll be spending the night.
I think it's a senior living hospital.
Oh, it could be. We are staying in an old people's home that's run by Catholic nurses. So the 14 works of mercy up on the wall. Pretty cool. Then we had the whole room to ourselves. Now we're headed out. It's about 8 a.m. It's a little bit rainy, but it's the last day of rain for more than a week and a half, so. It's not pouring down rain yet. We had a 28.5-mile day yesterday. Today we're looking to put down 22, which isn't terrible, but you have to add in the rain factor. And there's a lot more climb today. So this entire country, like literally from Lisbon all the way up north, has sidewalks made out of these little rocks. And Zach and I were wondering how in the world, like who has the time to put in every single individual little rock? And right there, we have seen a team of 3 men. And I guess that's how it is, little rock by little rock. So it's been raining about an hour. Pretty annoying. Not much you can do about it, just keep walking. I don't know if the rain really slows us down or speeds us up. It definitely keeps your body cooler, but also because you're wet. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Portugal is kind of similar to Florida. It dumps rain and then it stops. So right now it has stopped. The sun looks like it's trying to come out. We're not really sure. But then you dry off a little bit and then in 30 minutes it's gonna start dumping rain again. So it's really annoying. Some breakfast of the day, some chocolate cereal, mini donuts. There's not much to work with here. And a random cat asking for food. One-eyed cat. Zach and I got lost, meaning he went one way and I went the other, and we didn't see each other for about almost an hour. So I waited for him at a cafe, just hoping he'd walk by because he didn't have his phone on him. The whole time I'm waiting for him at the cafe and the whole time he's there, it doesn't rain. So we went an hour without rain. We leave the cafe and 3 minutes later it starts raining. It is cold.
My good guy. I'm wearing shorts right now. My good guy.
I haven't been this cold since probably Vietnam. It is freezing.
Well, actually, there's a funny story. In The Hobbit, they were traveling during the winter, and then they got so cold that they had to hide inside of a monster that they just killed. Just kidding, that was Star Wars.
I know it sounds super repetitive, but I think this is the last time it is raining for the day. I have a lot of hope. The sun is out once again, which could be misleading, but the weather app says it was like the possibility only exists for another hour and a half. And at this rate, looks like we're clear. The rain is back. This is our half point in the day. So today we're only doing 23 miles. We've walked 11 and a half right now. I think it's noon or something. But if it's noon here, everybody back at home is currently sleeping because you guys sleep. The hustle doesn't stop here. We haven't slept since February 1st.
I stayed awake since January 28th, actually.
Yeah. So like the grind is real. It's a respect thing. It's a self-respect thing. So it just got real steep and real complicated. The boys are unfazed though.
Finally, we're back on the AT.
We have pulled up to a public bus stop bench in order to rest our dogs because our dogs are currently working overtime. These dogs are ready for some freedom.
This is Carlos waiting for a bus at a bus stop. Carlos is literally taking a bus to Porto. Any words?
That is cat.
Any words?
That is absolutely cat.
Carlos is waiting for a bus. One is not coming. I will keep walking though. See you, man.
That looks terrible. But let's talk about how Zach's feet can't touch the ground while he's sitting on this bench.
What do you mean?
They don't reach the ground. He's on his tippy toes to touch his feet on the ground. That is crazy that you are dangling in the air right now.
Yeah.
My good guy is dangling in the air.
I'm aerating them, my good guy.
He is on a swing right now.
Look how far back
He is on a swing right now. I'm planted.
I'll sit like you are.
I am
I'll sit like you are.
planted.
Planted.
All right, you push yourself to the edge of the seat. That's crazy. Today we walked from São João de Madeira here to Porto. We put down about 50 miles in 2 days. Isn't bad. It's pretty good progress. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if you don't have to because it's heavy on your dogs. But it's doable. Now we get to have a rest day in Porto. Second biggest city in the entire country. I'm just gonna look around, have some fun. We are approaching Porto. You could tell by the infrastructure. It's a way bigger city with way bigger buildings and more people. We actually put down a lot more miles than what we thought we were gonna put down. So at least we have physical evidence that our foot conditions, our feet conditions have improved. Just to be clear, I did not let Portugal use me on their billboard. I don't know what that is. I did not sign off on that. As long as I'm making royalties on it, I'm good. Once we cross that bridge, we are in the center of the city. The infrastructure here is so beautiful. Everything is so different. It's so nice. Just by our Hungarian friend who booked the penthouse of this building and just left it for the boys. We have all the way to the other side that you can maybe see from the light. And we have the whole thing. He left it for us.
That is my good guy. My good guy.
He came in clutch. Zach and I have performed some redneck science to dry our clothes by tomorrow morning. We have the fan on the ground and the wall heater pointing at all of our clothes in order that it may dry for successful use tomorrow. If that doesn't work, we're out of luck. This is where we're having dessert for the night. There's way too much to pick from. This is our round 2 on the same meal with all the meat, the egg, and
It's arrived. It has arrived.
we're in the city. Part of the tradition is dipping those fries in that sauce, giving them some love. We just did the math and we walked 54 miles in 2 days. So after that beautiful meal, we are ready to hit the hay and clock out for at least 10 to 12 hours of sleep and just have a rest day here tomorrow.